A diving team searches for a lost sub, finds something far more ancient and powerful at the bottom of the ocean.
Welcome back down to the bar, cocktails and shattered dreams for another of Kev's 100 favourite films that he.
It's very apt, really, isn't it? That that really is becoming super apt, especially for my shattered dreams, my poor childhood.
Here we are, all the way up to number 73 on your list, episode 28. A 1989 classic coming out, and one actually that dovetails quite nicely into the little project that I do each year. I think I've referenced it a couple of times over the series, so long-term listeners I'm sure will remember it well. But each year I select 50 films at the start of the year so that I'm not just spending all my time looking at trailers on Amazon Prime and Disney, and I've actually selected the films beforehand, and I watched them with my brother. And today's The Abyss actually was on our list as a horror film, which I think maybe was stretching the genre a little bit much.
Very much stretching the genre. Yeah.
But as such, Rob's come down to the bar as well to chat about The Abyss. So it ticks one of the films off the 50. And also we get to talk about it today. Welcome back to the bar, Rob.
Thank you. I would say it's always a pleasure, but I'm not sure pleasure's a right word.
You never know, do you? Sometimes it is, sometimes it's
always a probation, I think is the way I describe it.
It's a roll of the dice.
Quite literally. So welcome back down. It's been a little while. Talking today about James Cameron's The Abyss from 1989.
Yes.
Kev, talk us through. Is this
why? I mean, I think
you're taking my one word reaction.
I think there's going to be a very big differential between depending on what version you watched. I think if you watch the theatrical version, it's. I mean, might as well get into it now, right? It is a terrible film. It makes absolutely no sense. We talked about plane, trains and automobiles and how John Hughes removed 30 minutes to get it down to 90. And there's loads of key scenes that link the whole film together. But at least that's a comedy, so you can kind of get away with it. Here, there's a crucial 30 to 40 minutes, and the main plot line is removed to make it a more theatrical runtime. So, yes, I watched the theatrical one, and I guess you two probably did as well. So, it's going to be a fun pod, because if anyone knows what went on in this film, please let me know. I don't know what happened.
So, are you saying, when you watched it originally, it was the special edition and you were really into the effects and stuff, was it? As a 10-year-old, you were like, you know what?
This is good. No, I remember I had this on DVD, and this is the one saving grace. I'll give us a quick spoiler now. It stays on the list, but it got very close to not staying on the list. And the only thing that kept it on the list was that I do remember some of the special edition, because I had the DVD, and so I watched the special edition many times. So that's the only thing that's kept it on the list, because the special edition actually has the story that makes sense. But this is just bonkers. It's just, I mean, I've just read out the description again, a diving team searching for a lost sub. I mean, I think that's about 12 minutes at the start, and that's it. Nothing else is, that sub's fairly irrelevant after that. There's people going crazy, there's nukes, there's aliens, there's a rat. So, yes.
A rat on a submarine.
A rat, can breathe underwater. I mean, I remember watching this. Like I said, I had the DVD. I remember watching it quite a lot, and I definitely think at the time, you look back, the water scene still now looks. I think it still looks really good. You think it's 1989, it's pretty impressive, but the other scenes don't look great. I mean, I'm interested to see what you guys think. When you first see the aliens, I guess you don't really know they're aliens. You're kind of like different beings. I thought, they actually look quite good because they're very different to anything you kind of seen before. They almost look a little bit mechanical. They look fish-like. And it's like sort of glowing as well. Like it looked, I thought, at least this is something different that we've thought of. There's not like it's the same old thing where it's just like a little alien with big eyes and like long fingers. Good job, there. Obviously, he brought them in later on. So, I
think we'll definitely spend a good 10 minutes on the aliens, which is longer than James Cameron spends on them in the film. So.
Yeah, well, this is the thing, right? I don't know if you. Well, I mean, we'll get into it, but the special edition was all about. I don't know if you looked into this, Andy, but it was the concept of nukes. The nukes was the key thing, and the aliens were like, you got to stop building nukes, otherwise we're gonna like destroy humanity. So that was the whole concept of it. Like it comes in to be like, then it's more of a political point, right? He's sort of like, talking about at the time of nukes obviously being a big, a big thing, I guess, in the zeitgeist, and yeah, it's a much different concept. And the water coming through was supposed to be learning about humans. It watches the news on one of the TVs they have there or something. Like it's always reading the paper. And so the whole concept is it's supposed to be learning about humans.
Leafing the paper.
Well, I can't remember what it was. There's something that it's learning from the
Liverpool
news.
won the league.
It just goes soggy, doesn't it?
It's like, yeah, this top 100 is rubbish. She's got these films. And so all of that makes more sense. Right. Whereas without that, it's just, and like, what is the concept of the film then? Like, it's just crazy. So anyway, we need to get into the drinks, I think.
I just wanted to say, you had this on DVD. Was this like a sort of when you were like 15, 16 or like 25, 26? Like when do you sort of remember, watching it a lot? And like, when was it that it's sort of nostalgic almost for in the past?
Yeah, more from like teenage years. So like sort of 15, 16, that so had it then. And obviously like that was when DVDs were just come out and they were great, and then you had a million different special editions and documentaries, and obviously if there's anything James Cameron likes, it's making something longer, so there's always more.
I mean, the special the added material on this disc is extensive. So
yes So yeah, like I remember watching it a lot and thinking it was a very clever film at the time. And then I watched it. I haven't seen it for well over 10 years, maybe even 15, 20 years. And I was just like, what is happening in this film? Like, it is just crazy. Like, what is it actually about? Like, what's it supposed to be about? I mean, why are they adding like the seals, and one of them just like goes a little, like he doesn't even go a little bit crazy, he goes full on bonkers, and then somehow smuggles a nuke on. Like, how do you just smuggle a nuke? I mean,
under his diving suit.
And then you're like, doesn't it, if it explodes underwater, does it matter? Isn't that going to be fine? I'm like, why is everyone worried about this? Oh, it's crazy. Yeah.
So Rob, we'd never seen this before.
No, I had. Yeah.
I
can remember I watched it on telly. Obviously, probably, well, if it came out 89.
So probably even more cut than
well, it was definitely sort of the end. So, yeah, Kev, no surprise, but Andy's been looking at the differences, sending me all these YouTube videos. But yeah, no, I've definitely seen I watched the theatrical this time, definitely saw the theatrical last time. But I can remember it once, because I can remember the first time the water comes out. That sort of like seemed quite novel back in, I don't know, early 90s or whatever it was, what had been on TV.
Yeah, it was impressive, right? Like, I thought that looked really good still. Like, considering it's 1989, like they do the face well and it moves. Obviously, they don't. It's not perfect, and it's almost designed that way because it's water. So I thought they did a good job of that. But
obviously because it's me. So that effect was done by ILM, so Industrial Light and Magic, George Lucas, and the aliens was by Bob and Dave's 3D special effects.
Nice. Yeah.
So
we can do this for half the price.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they only had the money for ILM to do the water effect and not to do the aliens, which is why one of them stands up and one of them does not stand up.
It's crazy though, isn't it? Like, you think about how long the film is in the theatrical version.
Yeah, we did.
And like, and like such little happens.
I'm still thinking about how long.
Yeah. Hey Andy, it's no yee. You know, we've all got our crosses to bear. But yeah, like how has he made this film this long when nothing happens, and yet he still had to cut 30 minutes of actual useful content out? Like, it seems bonkers. Like, what? You feel like what actually happens? It takes no time for them really to set up the rig, and the rig's going to be going down. The sub's been hit and it's going down. That's like happens in like first 5 minutes. And so I think in the first 15 minutes they're already pretty much on their way down, and there's still over 2 hours left. They're like, what goes on in 2 hours? Bonkers.
Yeah. Okay. So what drink is gonna get us through? Talking about
I mean,
movie.
The sponsors are going to earn their money today. I think we're going to be ploughing through the drinks today. So
Well, it started off with cocktails, but you seem to have gone to drinks. So I was like taking the sort of the range, and I've just gone for a glass of tepid tap water.
Oh wow!
No fruit, no ice, just a dirty glass of tap water.
You're really gonna struggle watching this again, Rob. And we're going with the extended version. That tap water's not going to get you through.
Number 76 on the list is So that was my drink.
Bad times. Yeah. Fair enough. What about you, Andy?
I mean, it's got to be a depth charge, isn't it? Surely that's the
nice. Very good.
That's the only one that you've got to have, right? So.
Cool, man. It had to be. I think I thought my one had to have absinthe in it, because I was like, this film is so random. I feel like you have to be high on something to actually try and understand even a tenth of it. So I went for something called Death in the Afternoon, which sounds amazing. 1.5 ounces of absinthe topped with ice cold champagne or prosecco if you're poor. So yes.
Not sure poor people drink this drink, if I'm honest.
Yes, I know. I think it was Ernest Hemingway is what they said he used to drink it, or he created it. But yeah, it's got absinthe and champagne. That just sounds crazy. But it's going to get me through this film, so that would be good.
Well, that's it's a perfect. So yeah, once again, our drinks brought to you by Out Shared Memories. The app that finally answers the question, who's got the photo of me holding the absinthe drink? You know how it goes. Big night out, brilliant film, 3 drinks in. Someone takes a great photo of you and you never see it again. It's trapped on Dave's phone. Dave is not going to send it to you because Dave never sends anything. Well, Out Shared Memory fixes Dave. You create a private event, you invite your group, and everyone's photos and videos land in one shared album. When the night's over, it becomes a memory you can all go back into and view it. You can download all your photos and videos for free for 30 days, or if you want to keep the whole thing forever, it's a one-off payment, no subscription, no AI, no nonsense. It's good for trips, weekends, weddings, birthdays, or just us sitting around in a bar reviewing The Abyss one more time. So it's out. You can search it in the App Store and Google Play and get downloading now.
Well, I guess we go in then, don't we? So do you guys want to start with your one-word reaction?
Messy. Not brilliant of a football player at the top of his game. more it's just all a bit. It's just all over the place, isn't it? There is a good film in there, and that's funnily enough, doing the scores was probably the most challenging it's ever been, because there is a good. I watched it and I was like, okay, the story just doesn't make any sense. In some way, there's too much story, and in another way, there's not enough story. You would have expected, the SWAT team when they come in. Surely there's a bit more banter. There's a bit more explanation about but we are closest to the biggest trench, and we're like, you could just spoon feed it to us a little bit. The fact that the rat's on there, surely, like, that just needs a sentence.
Almost gets more lines than some of the other characters.
But surely you need a sentence explaining why there's a rat on a submarine. It just doesn't seem like a good idea all the way around. So and then I started doing the research into the film, and it just messy just didn't even begin to explain the multiple deaths that almost happened in filming this film. So
really interesting. Yeah, I mean, I guess it would have been like at its time. There's probably a lot of things that they did that were like quite revolutionary, because it feels like, you know, even while Ed Harris he's got the helmet on and it's filling with water, I'm like, this doesn't look like this isn't real. It does look like Ed Harris is having to hold his breath underwater.
Yeah.
I'm like,
but that is real. That's dangerous. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, all of these special effects. My note originally was, well, the water's good, the aliens is rubbish, but all of the other special effects, they weren't special effects. No, they just filled his mask up with water.
Yeah, that's
and then
crazy, isn't it?
And emptied it out every 30 seconds. Although twice they didn't in time, and he nearly drowned. So
Jesus Christ.
it's just a bit crazy.
Rob,
is tepid tap water your one word as well?
Yeah, what's your
technicalities was my word. There were just so many. I thought so many little things. You think, no, that's not going to work, and that doesn't actually work, and why are they doing that? And it just sort of pulled it away a little bit. Obviously, I can believe the alien bit, but you've got to have gloves on if you're at the bottom of the sea because it's cold. And it just seems, one moment it sort of crushes the submarine, the next they're like, I reckon I can swim that. You're like, well, no.
Put a t-shirt on. It'll be fine.
That's the thing, isn't it? They don't even explain the bit at the beginning about like it passes through the sub or whatever, and then the sub's like done in. You're like, there's nothing else that it's like, oh, the sub's down, you've got to try and survive, go and rescue people. That's like it. You're like, well, what do we know why the aliens like attacked it? Or like,
I'm not one to criticize someone else's driving, but the sub people don't seem to react particularly quickly to the fast moving object.
And there's sonar beeps when there's like a ship nearby, but obviously a big underground cabin with a mountain. They just ram into it.
Didn't catch it. Yeah, it was weird, isn't it? And then like, I don't know if that, because I guess, Andy, you watched the theatrical version as well.
I did, but I watched some of the special edition. I basically watched the ending of the special edition and a couple of the other parts. I then did also find, because in the UK, this film isn't available even on DVD because they were so mean to the rat. And then I did find the clip where they basically drown the rat and then pull it back out as well. So yeah, I am aware of all of the editions.
Blimey. So it's not shown in the UK because of cruelty to rats.
Blimey. So
I would have thought you guys have got bigger problems. Apparently not. Maybe that economy needs to get fixed, or like a housing crisis, or
we keep drowning our rats.
But no, let's make sure the rats are all right. There's not enough for them in London.
Because they did actually drown the rat, and that's the thing. So they used the oxygenogenic plasma or whatever they call it, which is basically a real thing. So clearly James Cameron read about it and was like, this is awesome, this is going to be the plot line of our story. So they show the rat. In your version, Kev, did you actually see the rat like underwater breathing in the liquid, or does it cut away?
You just see it look like it's breathing.
So that's entirely cut out from the UK version, but like in the real version, you see the rat under, and it is still breathing, but obviously it's not having a good time, and it doesn't look like it's enjoying itself. And then apparently James Cameron then said, "Oh no, I adopted the pet and the rat, and it was fine," and like tried to make out that it was good. And then apparently it died of natural causes, coincidentally. And then they couldn't pull out the rat, and so that got the DVD even banned from over here, so it's not available to buy. from like Amazon or anything. You have to go for sort of second-hand editions.
Honestly, I didn't in all the things that happened in this film in 2.5 hours. I honestly didn't think we'd end up talking about it being banned in the UK because the rat died.
You can nearly kill Ed Harris several times. It's fine.
Yeah.
But if you nearly drown a rat, then
I mean, I don't really know what to say about that. I mean, I presume they weren't deliberately trying to kill the rat and it was an accident, but
I think they were saying that it doesn't kill the rat, and I think it was more that that they were proving that it works. But yeah, I think the rat the rat being on the submarine is definitely the biggest question that I have. But
if that's your biggest question, you were fine with this film.
Get the meat of these questions, don't you? You really go deep.
The treatment of the rat is definitely way lower. I mean, so let's start going into some of them. So obviously, Demolition Man does teach us that you can just freeze someone and then revive them, and it's fine. Apart from you are apparently sleeping in a living nightmare.
You always remember everything.
But I'll just drown, and because the sea's cold, then as long as you give me a good slap afterwards, I'm going to come back to life.
That was
just
it was so weird, wasn't it? You're just like, that's never gonna. It's not even like some random quack said, "Oh yeah, like there's an odd chance you can slap them in the face and that brings them back to life." Like I've never in any film or anything seen where anyone's gone, "They're nearly dead," slap them in the face. You're like,
rip their shirt open and slap them on the face. You're a bit like, is this just seems to be going and not even past the line. Like you can't see the line.
Yeah, not nice words either.
I don't know. I'll pull you up on that, Kev. I think they used to do it every week on Baywatch.
Yeah.
It's just a very
with their shirts under.
Yeah,
that's true. But that was Baywatch. That's all right. They didn't kill any rats. It's fine. Yeah.
There's no rats in Baywatch. It's just a suggestion. You'll just be able to like drag me. I'll die, but then you can bring me back. And they're like, all right, that sounds like a good plan. And you're like,
why do you drown her before she goes out? Like, why don't you just say, like, hold your breath? You might get 3 minutes out.
Yeah,
of it.
True.
Yeah. Let's kill you before and then drag you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was a bit of a weird one, wasn't it? You thought she should have just killed her off.
Yeah,
and then
at the start,
with the rat. She's had a good run since she was with Robin and in Sherwood anyway. But that's the thing. Like that should be like an emotional sort of full stop almost. But because then.
Yeah.
Like you
still
then
like
have
40 minutes left.
Exactly. Then you're just like, and then basically everyone, like, it's never mentioned again. You remember that point where you died and then came back to life? No one mentions it again. Everyone's
and
then
she's
like,
deliberately, they've like made her like really grey, so her face is like still like grey, where obviously the colour's been removed for like, as because obviously he was dead basically, and they keep that going for the rest of the film. Yeah, as you said, no one mentions it again. They're like, you seem all right.
I think that's also actually just what the actors looked like by the end of this film. Because they had to put chlorine in the water, which apparently was then eating through the like wetsuits that they had, and like loads of people really like on the crew, loads of people really suffered from the amount of chlorine, because they were filming this in a massive vat of water. So they basically spent 4 months underwater so all of the like that was the thing.
Why did they put chlorine in it? Because the rat kept weeing in it.
Yeah, well, because they were all weeing in it, because they were in there for like 5 hours at a time. So the water was so
in
dirty.
many ways, Andy, you're saying it's their own fault, because if they hadn't been weeing in it, they wouldn't have had to put chlorine in, and they wouldn't have got chlorine burns.
Well, but they needed the water to be clear for the shots. I mean, I think the wee was probably the least of it, but that like they were all, and because they wanted to film it like under pressure as well. They basically got this massive nuclear silo, filled it out, and they were at the bottom of that. So because he wanted the light to be correct, like it wasn't just a swimming pool. They were. It was so deep that actually they had to like come back up in between, like at the end of the shoot, and sort of regulate because they had to avoid the bends. So it wasn't like it was sort of the deep end of the swimming pool. So much so that the camera, not wanting to waste time, actually he had to stay like 3 feet underwater for like an hour to adjust, and they built a rig so that he could watch the dailies of what he'd shot while he was getting over the bends. And when you start doing that, you're like, dude, I think you're taking this gone seriously. Too far?
Yeah, this character that I've created, the SEAL team guy who goes mad, is this just me on this film? Yeah. It is bonkers, isn't it? And it does, and like, it was funny actually, because obviously now that we've seen obviously the next stage of what he's done next, right? You can see some links into obviously like the new world that he creates. But it's like, I haven't seen all of those films, so I'd be interested to see what you guys think of whether he overdoes it there. But it obviously, he gets really involved in the technical piece, and he really likes the idea of it. And I do think there's, it's clever to think of, we don't really. I can't think of too many films where you like really delve really into the deep ocean to see, there could be something different in there, other than the Meg. So I think that was a clever idea to do something different.
Number 36 on your list.
That's the Meg too. So yeah, I like the concept of it, but it just gets lost, doesn't it? It just doesn't. It's so disjointed. You don't really believe in any of the characters. Even for the 80s, like the setup and the language between everyone's like not good. The acting's not even good either. No. Like when the SEAL guys see the water, I'm like, what are you guys doing? Like, what is this acting supposed to be? Like, it looked awful.
They're like, what?
It's like, and you're just like, what are you doing? So, I didn't think a lot of it joined together well, which was a shame. And I think didn't think the acting was great, and I don't think anyone really comes out of it like looking great in this, to be honest. Like, I think everyone's like, it's a bit like, this was a bit. Seemed like it was a great film, but and I think to your point, Andy, like there's bits where you could see how it could be a really good film, but it just doesn't deliver.
It's harsh, isn't it? Because like every stereotype of every sort of, disaster movie was in it, but actually, was this one of the first, or so is this a sort of the leading one? But the acting wasn't the best, and Ed Harris, bless him, you can tell why he's a supporting actor rather than a lead actor. There was no chemistry between any of the actors at all, and it's just like, are we just waiting around for a bit of water to look like him? And yes, we were.
Yeah, you're right. There was no chemistry at all, was there? Like, you never at any point believed that, they would even have been married, let alone that they were still married. So.
Yeah. Well, and so, I mean, talking about the ending as well, basically, so the aliens don't destroy the world because he loves his wife. And you're like, well, that seems like a low bar, to be honest with you. Like, he loves his wife. Well, I mean... he should do, right? Like,
I mean, they didn't see him slap her twice, so But I think that's the thing, isn't it? That's where this story, you're like, what? It just doesn't hold up. And then they're a secret civilization that's been living underwater for God knows how many millennia. Yeah. And then they go, we're going to not just I can just pick up Ed Harris by myself with one finger and carry this guy around everywhere. But rather than take him all the way back to the top, we're going to take our entire city and we're going to lift it all the way from the bottom of the ocean to the very top of the ocean and let everyone now know that we're here. Just so that this guy can get out here and walk around in his astronaut costume.
And we've built our entire civilization out of polystyrene, which is what it looks like when it comes out of the ocean.
It doesn't look good, does it, when it comes out?
No. It's bad, isn't it?
It's funny that like the first thing as well that she sees the alien for the first time, she's like, there was an alien. Whereas obviously we've all now seen more stuff from the deep ocean, where if you saw that now, you'd be like, that is one crazy fish.
Yeah.
But you'd actually, you know, at the time it was aliens, and now you'd be like, oh, that's probably not the weirdest thing down here, to be honest with you. You know, and maybe, you know, some of that is due to Cameron, right? That he has revolutionized deep sea filming. I mean, just the fact that they essentially were filming this in like deep water, and it's 1989, so it's all on film. So there's literally a camera with film going through it, you know, 70 meters down in water. You're just like, it's just it's crazy to think that they were doing that back then. And it doesn't necessarily hold up, but like at the time, again, this is kind of why I kind of had that, like, okay, well, it is 1989. How much do you allow for that? But then, it's a film. It's got to have a plot, right? It's got to have a story that you actually buy
James
into.
Cameron doesn't really do original plot lines. I don't think he's a great storyteller.
No.
So he's basically a really good deep sea expert who's got a camera.
Yeah,
I
think you're right. I think you've nailed on the head.
We said it about Tarantino, didn't we? Where it's like, well, what if he actually had watched good films? And you'd be like, Cameron, okay, so he's obsessed with water. What if he was obsessed with something that wasn't so much of a hassle? Would he have been? Would it be much better?
Yeah, it's fun, isn't it? I think you're absolutely nailed on the head, though. You're right. He's not a good storyteller, is he? Like he's great at the detail. He is the he's the Tim Cook, isn't he? He's not the Steve Jobs. He's the Wozniak. He's the one behind the scenes doing the technical stuff. But you still need Steve Jobs to sell the film. And I mean, I'm trying to imagine what the special edition would have been like. I mean, obviously it would have made so much more sense, but equally it would have been another like 40 minutes. And I was like, I don't know if I can just take another 40 minutes of you running around on a submarine again. Like it's
Well, and again, it doesn't explain it all that much more. It's more that they want to stop. You know, there's a sort of stop building nuclear bombs message to it. But actually, like, still, the reason why they don't kill everyone with giant waves, which is what they're going to do, they basically send out giant waves to kill like loads of people and basically like flood the world. But they don't do it because he loves his wife. Because he sent her "I love you" wife, and that's what they show, and then that's it, and they pop up out of the ocean again. So,
whereas I feel like the first part is more meaningful, right? Like he's putting himself ahead of humanity. Like he's like, I knew this would be a one-way trip, but I had to come. Like that's almost more like where you should have left it, where it's like, he's doing something for the greater good. Which is maybe you go, maybe there is the aliens see there is some good in humanity, rather than like, he slaps his wife around a bit, but he also said on text message he loves her.
That's fine.
So that's also fine.
It was only at the end though that you actually think that, is he the main character? Because I think sort of the wife seemed to be for 75% of the film, and then and then he goes down to see the aliens, and you think, well, why is that then?
And just guesses which wire to cut.
Oh, that annoyed me.
That's the thing, diving.
That's the whole point of having different like wire structure, so it's not about colour. So you don't then have two stripy ones, because that defeats the object of having one stripy one.
But I'm also not sure you disarm a nuclear bomb by snipping one wire.
Well, that's James Bond taught us anything.
It's the Death Star all over again, isn't it? You'll never get rid of this nuke other than if you just cut this one wire. Okay.
Well, it's sending someone 16,000 meters down, obviously, is going to be difficult. But I would have thought, also disarming a nuclear bomb is probably going to be quite difficult as well. But
when you get down there,
I didn't need to worry about that. I did quickly just search what happens if you went down 16,000 meters. The line from how it describes it was the body would likely remain mostly intact in shape, but severely compressed rather than vaporized. So,
nice.
You wouldn't be vaporized and you'd be mainly intact. So.
Mainly there,
just a jelly.
Lost a few fingernails and stuff. Yeah, wow. God, yeah. I mean, yeah, I did like the idea of it, and like it was clever, like as he goes down and he's like losing his mind, but then he sort of comes back a little bit more and he's seeing the light, and you're like, oh, he's obviously still not quite there, he's hallucinating. So like the concept of that all was like quite good, but they hadn't really built the whole thing of the aliens, or whatever you wanted to call them. Like you kind of seen the bit at the you don't really see him with the subs. Something happens, you don't really know what's going on. Then she sees the alien. They do the water scene, and then that's it, right? You don't see the aliens again until right at the end. And we've ploughed through like over 2 hours by this point. So it's like, well, if the theme was the aliens, why do we never see them?
But that's the thing. It's I mean, in my notes, I had you're 2 hours in. You're like, oh yeah, no, it's an alien movie, isn't it? Like, I'd forgotten about that.
That's it. Like, oh, it's a sub movie. No. Oh, it's like a little horror movie. And then what is this movie? Yeah.
Well, I mean, a good old nuclear submarine.
Just a Zom rom-com. It's a nuke rom. Alien com.
Although funny you say about a Zom rom-com, I did think when the alien zips past her, I just got an image from Shaun of the Dead when Nick Frost starts winding the camera on to take the picture. I was just like, just take a picture. What are you doing there? So but that's and you don't see nuclear submarine movies much these days. Well, have we forgotten about them?
We've done 3 of them.
We're not worried about them. Yeah,
they've had enough now. Yeah. Is it because Sean Connery? After Sean, you just couldn't get better than that.
It would make me laugh if your next film is Armageddon, though. Because it's exactly the same film, just one's up in space and the other one's underwater.
Yeah.
Well,
bit of Armageddon,
say that, Rob.
Bit of Donnie Darko.
Keep yourself available.
bit of Fifth Element, definitely, as well.
Yeah,
as far
true.
as love saving the day. Obviously, Donnie Darko for the water effect, which they use. So it's influenced a lot of films. But...
Terminator 2 as well was sort of there was definitely sort of an overhang on that, and you just obviously made it more mirrory or reflective.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, I would
all
say
much better films with better storylines.
So if it were to come off the list after you've thought about it a bit more, these films would be better.
These are equally the same era, but much better.
I mean, Armageddon. I was surprised just how much Armageddon is just this film, but like.
Right,
space on an asteroid.
Because you hadn't seen this, right?
Yeah, I hadn't seen this, so I was just like, wow, they really leaned heavily on just copying this film.
But make it shorter and less aliens. But,
or even the sort of film about what you're going to do for us. Sort of, that was basically a cut and paste, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I think you've nailed it, though, Rob.
Triple time sounds like a lot. It isn't.
So I guess should we get into the scores? I'm intrigued at what you're going to say. I mean, I don't even know what I would give this film now. So
this was definitely because there's almost like an intent behind it, and then. Like in some ways, it is
it's
like
almost good.
Not an like I don't want to say an important film, but like I kind of appreciate what they were trying for, and they just didn't manage it at all in any way, shape, or form. Yeah. But God loves a try.
Sounds like your football team.
I guess it's the same as like we're talking about from Escape from New York, wasn't it? Like when you watched it, you're like, it didn't seem to do much, but actually it set up things for for the future of so many other films. Like it was crucial to have happened, But when you look back on it now, you're like, oh yeah, it was the first of those films and not executed very well. And then, I mean, would you say that this is kind of, have you guys seen all of the Avatar movies?
Yeah.
Would you say this is like a poor man's version, or the start of Avatar? You know, like it's sort of like the concepts, but it just it's not the finished product.
I mean, it's sort of, I think with this and then Titanic, obviously, which is sort of very similar, like in its way as well, like with the sort of the water theme, and obviously a lot of the work that he did around Titanic, then, you know, actually doing the filming down in the wreck and stuff. So then, Avatar, I think kind of it, because for me, 2 and 3 in Avatar are basically the same film, and it's kind of like they made 2 because they could, but actually you could do sort of 1 and 3 and it would be fine. And it's kind of like, well, why did they do that? And you can see, oh, maybe he wanted to do one specifically on water because he really likes water. And so that kind of explains why he sort of spent all of the time, like 12 years, just perfecting the ability to do it for the second one.
I thought you were going to say 2 and 3 are basically Last of the Mohicans.
And 1 is basically Pocahontas, but with Smurfs. So it's fine.
Yeah, there you go.
Again, not great storylines. But I think, you can obviously see where there's, he's fascinated by water, the effects of water. And but I don't think there's a through line really, because Avatar is, so different.
It's weird, isn't it? Because like, if you say to me James Cameron, I think, oh yeah, like if you said to me who is he, I'd be, oh yeah, he's a good director, he's done lots of good films. But then like we're talking about some of these films now, and you're like, like some of these are not good, right? Like I'm not a fan of the Avatar movies myself. You know, this isn't really the best.
I put T2 up there, and that's probably the only A-list one, and the rest of them are B's,
like Titanic. I haven't seen Titanic, but
I'd say Aliens.
Aliens as well, Aliens and Terminator 2.
Aliens,
but
could argue.
Second one.
But then that's it, right? Like if you think about it as a good director,
we're talking about True Lies.
Well, I mean, look,
I presume that we've got it. I mean, we've got
True Lies is a great film. Whether it's got a great story is a different matter.
You two of your romance films, I'd say.
Well, there's another podcast, and he was saying that he hates Avatar just because he feels like it's robbed the film world of James Cameron, because he spent so much time just trying to do Avatar. And you're like, well, what are all of the other films that he could have done if, like someone else had written and would actually write a story, but he could make the film. And I mean, I think there's an argument for that. I mean, considering that Avatar was 2009, and then he doesn't make anything until Way of Water 2022, and you just like, as you say, if you then put in, okay, well, this is his body of work, like his technical ability surely could put him up there with Spielberg and with like the greats, but he just hasn't. He hasn't done
storytelling.
And he can't tell a story. So
I think Rob's absolutely nailed it. Like, you think now about the films, like, I mean, obviously True Lies is like a fun film, but it's not really known for its like epic story. I mean, Titanic is already written, so, you know, there's not really much you have to do there. And then we watched The Abyss, which was absolute, you know, it's 2.5 hours with no story. And then you're left with Aliens and Terminator 2, which are both great, but then again, those two probably a little bit. I mean, the story is obviously good in them, but a lot of action as well. So the action obviously takes over from the story. So I don't know. And so I think looking at this now, I'm like, not sure he's a great director, to be honest. And putting that out there,
he's just left with 3 of the top 5 highest grossing movies of all time. I mean, I don't really know how he's coping.
I mean, I'm sure he's. I know he's doing fine. I'll chat to him now. But I mean. Yeah, but does that make him a good director? You know, if he's got 12 Oscars, does that still mean he's great? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean,
anyway.
Funnily enough, I mean, with Titanic, which I presume we won't speak about on your list further on, I watched that maybe like 20 years after it came out. And I couldn't believe how poor it was. Like it just
really.
The
It's a
boat
rom-com, though, right?
collapsing, like just it looked like someone had
just looked
used
bad.
like paint
Really?
on a Windows computer to do it. It was just awful. I was just like, why did this blow up and like was the biggest thing in the world? And I was just like, why? This is just
I watched
bizarre.
it in
just a
cinema.
year?
Yeah, I watched it in cinema.
Yeah.
How
What
did
was
the day
the
go?
go?
Was it good?
Yeah.
I'm hoping it wasn't your choice.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Well, you watched it then in the cinema, Rob. What was it good then? Or like
There's a couple of funny things, as in sort of like, I know, sort of geeky stuff. You think, well, sort of like this bit where ice falls on the ship and a man falls down. You think, what's going on here? But I'd imagine it wasn't a lad's trip to the cinema, so I can't actually remember who it's with. But yeah.
Harsh. We're going to find that person. We're going to find them on.
That person will write in, Rob, and they'll be like, I've been waiting all this time to hear back from you.
I'll guess a name, but we'll protect the innocent and we won't. So.
Yes, they're definitely innocent party.
So let's get on to the scoring.
Scores.
Yeah. So
go on then.
first watch was just so difficult because we've talked about this, like whether it's first watch in 1989, which I can imagine would be like, this is amazing. Huge. But then it just doesn't make enough sense. So I went with 55. I was trying to sort of be sort of cognizant on, okay, when people sort of saw this for the first time, would it have been amazing? And I guess it would have, but then also I don't think it really has the reputation of like T2 as an example, where people are like, that really moved things on so much.
Yeah, true.
So I gave it 55. For the rewatch, I actually gave it 47 because I think in my mind it's kind of, you watch the film, you then watch all of the making of, you then read all of the stuff about how insane this shoot was, and then you go back and watch it and you're like, oh yeah, they're clearly dragging Ed Harris along and that's why he falls like that, and he clearly does just hit his head and like is nearly drowning 2 or 3 times, and that's why you see it in the final edit. And then you kind of you watch it all back,
greater
and
appreciation.
Exactly.
Yeah, fair enough. Romance.
For romance, I mean, it feels like it's your most romantic film on the list. So actually, I feel I had to put it above Haunted Honeymoon, and put it up at 75. This is just basically an action romance film, isn't it? Just all about how much a man loves his wife, even though the director was going through a divorce and is putting
he
himself
slags
into
her off so much throughout the whole film. It is very weird. It's bizarre, and everyone slags her off, and you're just like, is this like, what happened here? James Cameron just going for a divorce at this point? Like what was going on?
Literally he's going through a divorce with the person who's the producer of the movie. So awkward.
Well, this explains so much. That's why the movie's terrible as well.
And I watched it with Woods, and we said, it's never going to last. Like once they get back together.
It seems like a good idea when you're on that alien polystyrene ship, but then it's just
trauma bonding.
Last after
3 years, game over. Action then.
Action. So I went with 68. Again, it was sort of a tough one. It kind of felt a bit like
it is and it isn't,
kind of like Gravity, where it's the effects, and I mean, it's not like they're spoiling us with a lot of dialogue and story, right? There is stuff happening.
It's definitely
more
no
or
story.
less the whole time. So kind of felt like I mean, it is an action movie, I guess. So
it is, isn't it? Like, what would you class this as? Like, it's so weird, isn't it? Because you're like, is it sci-fi? I definitely think horror is probably a stretch, but it is a weird one to work out. But we're
wusses, so
Andrew's
that's why we put in our horror category.
Well,
because we're like,
we've got some
the other 4
semi-horrors coming up.
We've got Coraline on there that he classes as a horror.
All Dogs Go to Heaven was another one.
Partially traumatic. Yeah. All right, soundtrack then.
So I gave it 65. The score was all right, but I didn't actually notice it that much. But then I think again, it does a lot of the work, because especially when the aliens are there, I think if there wasn't any sound, then you'd just be like, yeah, this is a bit rubbish.
What's going on? It is weird that they become aliens at the end, isn't it? Like when you first see them, they don't look like aliens. They look like almost like sentient beings. Yeah, like exactly, like some kind of fish thing. And then at the end, I'm like, why did you make them like look like what everyone thinks aliens look like? I was just like, oh, it's so disappointing. But even with like the long fingers.
The first time you see them, they're like what you see is actually like little submarines for themselves or something. I couldn't work that out at all. Yeah. Where like, okay, so the alien isn't like a jellyfish. They're inside, but you don't see them inside on the first one. So then it doesn't.
No,
it doesn't.
So is it like just a drone or something? It's just like they just send it out.
That's kind of yeah.
It's bizarre. I think it's a shame, because I really thought the first one that they did, I thought was very original and different, and it didn't look like your normal type of alien that you see on like X-Files. And then he absolutely pulled out the exact stereotype from X-Files in the finale. Yeah, and you're like, come on, James, come on.
Give us
what about podcast lines then?
Yeah, so there's a couple of good lines. I mean, I can't believe you were dumb enough to come down here. I think a lot of our guests over the 2 seasons so far maybe have thought about being invited down to the bar or down to the shop. These guys are about as much fun as a tax audit. I didn't know whether that also would hit, but maybe parental guidance coming. But that's no bullshit. Hands down, the most goddamnedest thing I've ever seen. I think there's a few of our films that would definitely describe. So
yeah, I think that's fair. Yes, God, that is good.
Any other lines you guys had?
Let me check my notes. No, no. I thought the script was really light. Oh shit.
Yeah, there wasn't any like major lines that you thought were like really good. I thought like Ed Harris was okay. Like there's a point where he's like talking about, he's like, oh, these are my, this is my crew. There's like, and when it comes to their safety, there's me and then there's God. And I think he delivers that line quite well. But then that was right at the start. And after that, he sort of fades into the background a little bit.
Yeah. And he's talking about workplace safety, which is
he got really irate about that, wasn't he? He was like, "Yeah, God, like, guys,
the nuclear submarine is fine, the aliens are fine, but if you're not wearing the right hat, then
we don't mind having a rat with us with all the vermin they carry."
Yeah. Is that like the canary, like for submarines? The rat's gone. We should be worried. Well, I mean, the mashup from the great below to the great above.
Yeah. So the AI's gone to give it away straight away in the title. The AI is not subtle with its title. The Empire Strikes Deep is what they've gone with. In the wake of the Rebel Alliance's devastating retreat from Hoth, Imperial forces detect a massive energy signature emanating from a Calamarian deep ocean trench on a remote water world, prompting Darth Vader to dispatch a militarized submersible crew, including a defecting Rebel pilot pressed into service, to recover what intelligence suggests is an ancient Sith artifact buried beneath crushing fathoms. As pressure mounts and crew members begin succumbing to high-pressure nervous syndrome, which we didn't talk about, but definitely was a thing. God, the team encounters a luminous, non-terrestrial intelligence dwelling in the abyssal dark, an entity attuned to the Force in ways that fracture Vader's certainty and tempt the captive pilot towards a third path between rebellion and empire. When Vader himself descends into a personal pressure craft to claim the discovery, the alien presence forces a confrontation in the trench's deepest cathedral, where revelations about lineage, loss, and the true nature of the Force leave the survivors surfacing into a galaxy whose wharf suddenly feels small.
Wow.
And
I mean, that sounds like James Cameron's written that.
Well, funnily enough, George Lucas probably had. I kind of feel like George Lucas maybe had AI as well, and he's just coming up with plots to do it. So,
yeah. I mean, not sure about that. That definitely sounds a bit thin. I hope that's not 2 hours long, that film, because I don't think I'll be watching it.
So, yes, obviously the film is The Empire Strikes Back. We all loved that film up until watching it again. Where Rob still doesn't speak to me off of the pod anymore because I've ruined Empire Strikes Back for him. Still, the amount of times I still see people rating Star Wars films and Empire Strikes Back at the top, and I'm like, what are we missing? I just feel like it's not. So presumably high Top Trump scores for you, Kev.
Well, yeah, I mean, where was it on my list? Actually, well, I should add that in. It was 59 for me out of your top 100. So, yeah, look, first watch, I think you've got to think first watch when I watched it and first watch when everyone watched it. Next level, right? Like, it was something unbelievable. And the fact that I guess maybe in those times, this was the first time that the movie's almost focused on the villains, right? Like, that might have been why it seems so unique. And so I gave it 93. I'm like, it's iconic, it's the first time you watch this movie. I think even now, like if it's the first time you watch it now, I still think it would hold up pretty well. As you said on the rewatch, the more you delve into the Star Wars world and the more that they've slowly obliterated it, you start looking at episode 4 to 6 and go, oh no, maybe they weren't as good. And as we found out with episode 5, it wasn't as good. But look, I mean, it's still got the tropes in there. It's still got some key things, it's still like some of it's still pretty good. So I said 63, might be a bit high, but romance. I don't really remember any romance in this at all.
What are you talking about? Han and Leia, it's the entire formation of their romance. I love you, I know. Yeah. This is the romance one.
That was the one line I was going to quote, yes, which I think in anyone's handbook is definitely not the definition of romance. Yeah. I love you, I know. So I gave that 6. I think it's not really holding up on that. Action.
You unfortunately the podcast won't pick up Rob doing a spit take with his tepid water there.
I mean, you can't say Empire Strikes Back is a romance film. Come on, surely. But Rob,
please defend it. I get too much abuse if I defend it. So.
We just tap him on the head. Have another one of your absence.
I mean, there is. If you're saying that this is a romance film, I can pull the action down. But I think action I put 82, and then the soundtrack's obviously like so well known, so I put that at 95. Like incredible songs that you still know now, and everyone could still sing them to anyone and everyone at any point. So yeah, soundtrack's obviously still hugely iconic.
So my daughter's school this month, John Williams is the composer of the month. And it's quite funny. We've gone in for a couple of assemblies, and they're just playing John Williams at the start. And you're like, well, this is a good way to G up the kids for the.
Do you walk in when they're playing the Vader march?
Exactly. Yeah. In your full regalia. Composer of the month. I mean, that is amazing, isn't it? We need to hear more about this school. There's more there's more stories. There's a side podcast, I think. For the podcast lines, I put, you have your moments, not many of them, but you have them. And that was pretty fair. Who's gonna roll then? Do you want to roll or should I roll?
You give it a roll. You can think about your romance score as you do.
Rewatch. Oh, there you go. So Empire wins.
Nice.
Still don't know what that means. Is that me or you? Who knows? Someone will know.
Well, that takes you 15-12 up at the moment.
I mean, you've got to stop marking mine badly. This is your downfall. The punishment is whoever loses at the end has to watch all of the top 100 again of the other person. I don't know if I forgot to mention that.
I feel like you could help me give your films high scores by having better films. So
that's true. Hey.
Okay, so disqualifying that the rat is the main character. What did you have for the rat? For what would the main character be doing today?
What did you go for, Rob?
Yeah, I think he'd be retired. He would have bad knees. He would have had. So I'm thinking Ed Harris.
Bone density.
Yeah. He would have had some sort of sort of tribunal. Sent him off for a sort of 3-month unpaid leave because he's taken 2 rats on the next exhibition. So
yeah, mental. I just had them all in a mental asylum, and they've all been hallucinating. Like, there's no way that this film could actually have existed. It's so bonkers. So, what about you, Andy?
Nice. Well, I thought that he works with the military, actually, as a liaison with the aliens for 20 years, but then he becomes dissatisfied, and then the aliens leave, and he brings together an elite force of the
and
soldiers
he knows
that
about
worked
nukes
with him
at this time.
And under the cover of VX rockets, he takes hostages on Alcatraz. Welcome to the Rock.
Yes, probably his finest hour, I'd say, isn't it? Do we think?
Yeah.
It's up there.
Yeah. He's very good on that.
Well, one thing we changed, I guess, first things first, you watch the special edition. That's the first thing you do.
I'd let Carla come on instead of me.
Yeah. So just to sort the story out, let's sort out. So there needs to be a moment where the SWAT guy says, I don't care if they're Russians or they're aliens. We have to destroy anything that's a threat. So that makes sense. And then Ed, when he goes down there, he just the fact that he says, I love you, wife, and that saves humanity. He needs to do something like, I know I'm going to die, but it's the right thing to save the aliens, or it's the right thing to do, and then actually be more specific and say, I'd give my life for yours anytime, because that's what love is. So that then the aliens can choose they can learn what love is, rather than just, he loves his wife. Oh well, we won't kill them then. If he loves his wife, that's fine. That's they've been watching Roseanne a lot, and they're like, well, that sounds like the bar to be set. So.
Do you think that was the thing? Because Cameron was going through the divorce, he was like, so what would you say to someone you love? He's like, God, I just can't think of that anymore. I was just like, what do you normally say to them? I don't know, love you, wife.
Let me just show that divorce is wrong on any level.
I think they should have either got rid of the aliens or got rid of the nukes.
Yeah,
that's a good point, actually. You're right. You could have just got rid of the nukes, couldn't you? And left, they end up doing some kind of, you just see the aliens. That would have been a much better film, I think.
Wow.
Or you go full Ed Harris,
45
and it's
minutes
just nukes.
Of the...
Or you still have the guy with his madness. So you could still have the SEAL team down there, but I mean, you could. You're right, though, but you wouldn't even need them, right? You could have just had the aliens buzzing around them as they're looking around the submarine, and you'd be like, "Oh, what are these things?" And then they find them, or one of them disappears and gets taken to that giant citadel. And you're right. You could have explored through there. That could have been much more interesting, because the whole point really is you're thinking, it's not a horror, right? Which it could be a horror because it's the deep blue sea. It could be a horror, but it's not. So you are exploring the ocean.
Did you describe the deep blue sea as a horror? Just with Samuel Jackson when he gets that shark just keeps on going.
That's the only good bit.
Compared to this, but I mean, I think you're right. I think actually, if you had just done the aliens, I think that would have been much better. Yeah, but not looking like X-Files aliens.
And then it would have taken a good 45 minutes off the film, which I think we all would have appreciated.
Yes.
Yeah, Woods got in.
Just him.
Woods was 23 minutes in before he sort of sneaked his iPad back out.
He's like, I've had enough of this. Yeah, I mean, even when he's lowering the nuke into the water and he's gone crazy, even at that point, he's doing that slowly. He's like, just slowly, like really slowly. I'm like, aren't you trying to get this done now? No.
I thought the good bit when the crane comes down and then that goes over the edge and then you see the rope playing out. I thought that was good. I thought you were like, okay, yeah, this is good. And then obviously like loads of people die, which you haven't really been introduced to, so you don't really care. And loads of water goes in. So it sort of, it doesn't make sense. But like that bit where the crane comes down and crashes into them and then you see it like topple off. I was like, okay, this is good.
Yeah, there was some good bits, you're right, but just not enough of them. Well, there must be some banging 3-star reviews.
Well, no 3-star reviews because the DVD is banned here, right? So there were no Amazon 3-star reviews. There was a bunch of non-English ones, but they were boring. I did have a look on Amazon.com. And all the reviews are basically complaining about the 4K transfer, even if you look at the non-4K DVD. Amazon, you have virtually unlimited money and AI right now. Can you not separate out your reviews for your DVDs? So this is like, surely someone can do this so that we can actually have good 3-star reviews. I think it's only a problem for 3-star reviews because 5-star reviews probably don't talk about it. So maybe they're not going to invest in that. Although, you know, they want to use AI for something. So...
That's true. Get it in. There you go then. So no 3-star reviews. Well,
no 3-star reviews. So Kev,
quick and easy.
Number 73 on the list. Is it going to plummet into the abyss or go up on the polystyrene starship?
It is, you know, like I said, the only thing that's keeping it on the list is the fact that I do remember in my mind that the special edition was actually worth watching. So I will have to watch it at some point to confirm that, but it just about scrapes into the list. Everything's gonna have to move around because this was terrible. Just like to your point, not a terrible movie, just made no sense at all. Didn't put together well. There's a great movie in there that just wasn't told well. So I'll put it down to 99. Just right near the bottom. Holding on by dear life. So
if it was Statham rather than Ed Harris, would it have been better?
Oh well, if it was Statham and Ed Harris, he would have brought all the aliens up himself, and you know they'd have got the bends, not him, and it would have humanity would have been fine. So I think just about hanging on for me.
So shifts everything else down. So the mask,
everything else, moves along. So the mask, goes up to 98 and etc. So great news for Demolition Man, moves up to 97, slowly moving further up the list, which is good news. Good old Wesley.
Yeah. Nice. Well, that makes means that the gap now is 10 between 74 and 84. Just if you were keeping count,
it's tightening. Yes,
slowly eating into the gap.
We're getting there. Yeah, but we have got some great ones coming up. You know, as I say every weekend. So
hopefully 72 of them. We'd like to think.
Yeah, hopefully.
Somehow we're not confident anymore.
Yeah. I mean, I guess there is a question why I would have so many films on my list that I've only seen like once or twice or haven't seen for about 15 or 20 years. But you know, the mind wants what the mind wants. So. What about you then, Andy? I'm guessing bad.
No, so actually it got into the good bad.
Really?
Because I do think, I think the story of the making of
just enough.
and what it was, and like the fact that it's Cameron. I mean, not Cameron's worst film, but then his debut was Piranhas 2, where they learn how to fly. Yeah. So to be honest with you,
that sounds better than this.
It's a low bar. So now I put in the good bad just because there is a movie in there. Unfortunately, like they didn't.
We didn't watch
They
that
didn't
one.
put it in chronological order. Or they just
We
included
definitely
too
watch it.
much stuff. I think, funnily enough, I think it's George Lucas's wife who does the editing, who then he has a divorce with after Empire Strikes Back. It's almost like he was doing that. He was married to the editor and he divorced her, and so the editor was like, "Yeah, just put it all in. I don't care." But so I put it at 86. More for like, what it could have been, or what it was. I don't know.
The hope.
I'm obviously storyline is quite important to me for films, but like, I just feel like it's an example that you would hold up to kind of be like, this is an insane way to make a film, and the start of something maybe. So.
Yeah, I think you're right. Like, it's almost there. It's just not quite. It's nearly, but it doesn't hold up.
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough.
So, Rob, is this the bottom of yours? I don't think we got you. Where did Total Recall go into your list? I don't think we...
Yeah, so Total Recall would be above Fellowship.
Yes,
okay.
Yeah, so this...
Great film.
I would still put...
So was this worse than Sneakers?
I would put this above Sneakers.
Ooh,
just purely because of Sneakers' slow heist scene.
Yes, the slow heist. We'll never forget that.
So I'd put this.
But this is slow nuclear bomb deployment.
It's true.
If I had to watch one film again, I'd probably do The Abyss rather than Sneakers.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, I did Kane, Almost Fabulous. This is still, or that was still better than this.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, fair enough. There you go.
Yeah. I mean, the special edition of Sneakers where they do the fast pass is completely different.
When the aliens come out.
It pulls it all together.
When it turns in plain pool in the early days.
Okay,
sped up heist. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. They just do it at 1.5 speed. They don't reshoot it. They just edit it differently. Okay, so in at number 9 of your 10 that you've done then. Nice.
Good time.
Okay, Kev. Well, what
delights have we got
what
next
have
week?
We got for us next week?
Well,
let me just finish
72.
my last depth charge, and I want to believe you, Kev. I want to believe the good films are coming.
Well, they're just around the corner. Don't worry about that. We're nearly here. So we moved from the sacred 1989 forward a few years to 94. AI said it was sort of an action crime drama. I think this is sort of partial horror as well, I would say, maybe. 102 minutes.
Horror specialist in.
We will need to get a horror specialist in, 102 minutes, a much more manageable time. Rotten Tomatoes audience 92, and then critics 84. So pretty solid on both. Very high for audience. The irrelevant IMDb score, moving on. The 6.8 to 7.2. Number of explosions 2. Number of deaths 30. So pretty reasonable. And then this is the description. A murdered musician is resurrected by a bird to seek vengeance on the gang that took his life and his love. So yes.
It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting what the rewatch is, because it was one of my favourite for starters, if I'm guessing the right film. But the rewatch, you like, ooh.
Yeah. See if it holds up. Have you watched it recently or not?
Not recently, but probably 6 years ago, 7 years ago.
Yeah. Didn't hold up for you?
No.
Interesting.
It's funny, Rob, because literally everyone else we have on here don't get the next film.
No, it is.
One of us. It's a very small club. I'm not sure whether you want to
I've got
part of it or not. But.
Well, I've got my 101 romance movies, and Kev's just ticking them off.
Gonna get through them.
Okay. Well, slightly horror. Maybe we'll have to get our horror expert on for it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but that'll be a good one. I mean, 30 deaths, one in particular, but look forward to that.
So
well, thanks for coming down to the bar, Rob.
Yeah,
we'll go and just have
enjoy
a paddle
tepid water
outside in the sea.
I'm not going too deep. I might get a bit scared.
There's either going to be Psycho, SWAT team, a nuclear bomb, or aliens. The chances of all three happening at the same time, very remote.
No one believes that story.
Yeah.
Yeah, just wait until the rat floats past you in its little plastic bag.
That's when you know it's all gone wrong.
Thanks to Tom Miller for the theme song. As ever, I think there's one thing that we can all agree on, and that is that James Cameron really loves water.
Can't deny that.